what I think people should start looking on when they're considered friend zone.
Don't just,
It's not a no.
getting to know each other, getting to see what each other likes.
Thank you, Lord. As young ladies, younger ladies, well, may I write up or no?
Look at this now.
And now for our featured presentation.
Okay, guys, welcome to another conversation with the
Lee
Lee
Ladies.
Woo. So today's topic. Oh, as you can see, we don't have any noodles. You just straight talk, straight to the business. We, as you may not have known, like some days I have classes where I have it in the afternoon. So in the days, it's really just me. When it's just me and mom, we literally just have our own conversations, right? So today, we came across, we just started talking,
Yeah.
the usual talking, and then we came across like the friend zone. Is it really that bad? Is it not actually a good thing to be in the friend zone? So, yeah, let's start talking about that.
Yeah, basically, I would think that the friend zone is a good place to be, because a lot of time as young ladies, younger ladies, well, may I write up or no? But as younger ladies, to be in a more safe and secure, you understand, space and relationship with someone. Most of the time when we are interested in the opposite sex, it comes from sex, from a place of someone maybe being a friend. You get to know the person more and all of that. So I'm thinking it's fine to have somebody as your friend, but during that time, which I think all ladies do nevertheless, but some are not willing to say, before someone become your friend, you have a liking to the person.
Right.
You like the person in some shape or form. Some persons more than others, you see quality, and sometimes when the person even become a friend, you started to see some qualities and traits where you say, if I'm gonna settle down with somebody or be in a relationship, I would want them to be kind of like whether Ted or Bill or even Nathaniel.
Yeah.
You understand? And the more you get to know the opposite sex, you understand, you find out that you know more of what you want in a significant other. So that one person that you have as an opposite sex and is a best friend, most of the time as ladies, you see yourself with the person. You can see yourself.
Yeah. From my perspective, while we were talking earlier, because we were just talking about, I was talking about myself as an individual. I'm a person that, since I'm now 21, and at this age, I'm figuring out more of myself as an individual, right? So I am a person. I think I have great emotional intelligence for my age. I'm very aware. I like to say overthinking, but I'm changing the word. I'm more decisive or calculating in what I choose to give my energy to. And you have to do that as a young professional, as a young woman, because nowadays, if you don't know what you want, you'll be led astray. If you don't have a good foundation, whether it be parents, guardians, or even other friends who are like-minded, whether it be Christians or just people with a good moral compass, you'll be led astray. So when we were talking, and then we were talking about relationships as a whole, and how as a young woman in this time and age, before this century, we weren't able to really think about careers or anything beyond the household, beyond having, as you come out of your mom's womb, okay, be able to read, and not even to read,
You
be
promise
able to
to
help
somebody.
around. You promise to someone as a baby. right? That's like 19th century, 18th
Yeah.
century. Like Bridgerton, we're talking about Bridgerton all the time, right? Bridgerton days. And it's because if you're at a high stature, you'll be promised to someone. Other people, if you're not at a high stature, you're instantly being told, okay, care to the house, take after your mother.
Yeah.
And it's not bad to have those skills. But in recent decades, centuries, we've understood that we have more potential as women.
And more
to go-
value.
We have much more value than just doing domestic chores
Chores.
or household duties.
So you can become the perfect wife
Yeah.
for someone.
So, like, as a young woman, I have the capacity to do so much more than what is expected of me. Even what I even has as an idea in my mind of what I want to be, I know I can be more. But it's good for me to have a goal set. That way I can even surpass it when the time is ready. But going back to the friend zone, I'm at an age and stage in my life that I haven't reached my peak as yet. I'm just starting to get to know myself. And as I continue to grow, I want to build a foundation, right? And as a student that's about to graduate this year, God's willing, November, I am not ready for a relationship. Yes, I might be physically ready, biologically or whatever. 'Cause I know my mom, she got married at what, 24? 24, that at 22. And I'm turning 22 this year, but you know. Yes, I have understood the power of love. I mean, I see it every day with my parents and other people who are in my circle. But I know that with love, there's a lot of other things that have to come with it, good and bad. So there's such a thing as planning a life together. Okay, I'm still in school, you're working or you're ready to get married, but I'm not. Like, how can that work? And if I want to further, but let's say I want to further what I want to do in college. If I find someone, if we buck up on each other and we have a connection, is that connection worth putting a stop or just finishing something before putting a pause
on your future?
on my future?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna let you talk, but I feel like the friend zone is a good thing for now for me. For me to have a friend zone. A friend zone is not a bad thing. In movies, you always feel like, oh dude, you've been friend zone, man. There's no way you're coming out of that. She's just gonna see you as a friend. As a person who has been in the friend zone, and I think I like to occupy, especially, only really, because the friend zone, for me as a heterosexual woman, we both are, we put men in the friend zone. Girls are naturally friends to us, but for men, we tend to put men in the friend zone. And as Mommy said earlier, if you're going to befriend a man, and it's not like because of any sexual thing, it's because of like, oh, I respect you, you're good at what you do, you're passionate. Of course, I want you in my circle. It's really to have you in your space. To be in a friend, to be in a zone means to be in a space. And the friend zone, which is like a parent adjective to zone, it means, okay, I want you in my space. I want you to be in my circle, a part of my network, right? So being in someone's friend zone is not a negative thing.
No.
They want to know more about you. They like who you are. They're starting to see your value as a friend and as a person, as a professional. There's so many good things that come along with being a friend. And some might say the best marriages start off with people who are friends. I mean, Mommy can take it from there.
Right, because I think the friend zone thing, a lot of persons tend to see it as a negative connotation because you're friend zone. So the other person, okay, you're friend zone. So is it that you are interested in him, you are interested in her, and more than that? But it's really not a negative thing, because it simply means that the person means a lot to you, but you have them in a space in your life wherein I'm comfortable with you being in my life, but you're my buddy, you're my friend. What is a friend? I mean, someone who you can call upon, who can call upon you. You will be have fun with, laugh with, cry with. You basically share everything with, is other than intimacy. You understand? So it is not a bad thing. And for even persons who are interested in their friend, but they were friend zone in the space that you're my friend, man, let us let it stay that way. That's not a bad place to be, in the sense that I believe it takes the right moment and the right time, and situation for there to be a shift within that relationship and the position in which you fall in that relationship. Because what I think people should start looking on when they're considered friend zone, it's not a no. You understand? It simple means you maybe mean too much to me for me to try and go further and mess it up, and then you're not a part of my life anymore, right? However, I believe looking at it in a good way, know that, all right, so I am ready, but that individual is not yet ready to move to a next level within, within the friendship. Because I think some of the best marriages and intimate relationships come from being friends with somebody. You're not gonna just take up your enemy and say, boy, I'm wanting in my life.
Yeah, take up a stranger.
Take up a stranger. No.
It's not like in the 1800s when
Exactly.
you meet someone in the space of a week and by the end of the
You are
week, get
promised
married.
to someone you have never met in your life.
And I'm talking to you, Bridgerton, Pride and Prejudice.
Exactly. Even today, in India, there are certain even in I think in Turkey, they practice some of these things same way, wherein from you were, as Jonah was saying, from birth you were promised to a family, to marry into that family. And then the problem starts now when you grow up. You're now in a liberal world, and you realize that I don't want this. And then it worse if a person is not fair to look upon. You understand, regardless that their status may be that they're wealthy, you may say no, and then your heart, our heart that can betray us so easily. From you're not under a rock, you may come across somebody else that you grow up alongside, wherein you have strong physical connection for, the chemistry of bubble, and you did already promise half across the world, and maybe down the street to somebody who, from you see the person, your spirit can't take them. You understand? You may just rub each other in the wrong way. Or it may be that he also is interested in somebody else, have physical ties with somebody else. Now, what do you do with these emotions? You understand? So, I mean, if you're in the friend zone, even, and another twist to that thing where people are people are promised to people, you find out that those kind of relationship too breed some really excellent relationship and marriage. Why? Because what? You have nothing in common, right? But you are starting this relationship because you were promised, parents were friends. Now we are getting to know each other as friends. There's no chemistry. No, you understand? Just the basic that loyalty. We were promised to each other, maybe for business, whatever. So guess what? Some people don't have the freedom of coming out of those situations, right?
And here's the thing, I just said, from those examples of people who are promised to each other from birth, you know what, that tends to be a very exciting plotline to start a show.
Beautiful.
Because during that show, okay, you're promised, like, it's like an arranged, it is an arranged marriage. So it's a thing where, okay, you're promised to each other, but I don't know you. Who are you? So it could be a 10 episode season, 8 episode season. They're promised to each other. They're basically supposed to be married. During that season, you'll see episodes of them meeting each other. Oh, I don't like you. Who are you? Oh, I can't believe I'm going to have to be married to this one. This will not be a love marriage. But before the season ends, you see them getting to know each other. Getting to see what each other likes.
Thank you, Lord.
And you have those persons' best interests at heart.
Beautiful.
So they're actually becoming friends. They're arranged marriage, but they're coming from strangers to acquaintances to friends. So at some point there has to be a level of friendship, camaraderie, some level of equal or mutual interest for you to become friends, and then something more. So the whole thing about men and women can't be friends because man always look woman. When man and woman get together, even before them there, them like them a talk. I hate this new
But there's a reason why.
Talk.
There's a reason why. And what is I'll cut you?
No, you're not cut me.
And that's a brilliant point, as we were saying. Within this situation where you have two complete strangers coming together. But do you realize that, as Jordan was saying, You take two different persons, maybe different culture, whatever, they will promise to each other, we're back on it. And they're placed in an environment where they're forced to come together, live together as one.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to rub shoulder. But you see, the more time that is spent with someone
Yeah.
in the opposite sex, the more time you spend, whether you are forced or willingly, you are now what? Getting to know each other.
Right.
The more you know each other, because what happened? God, the creator, put in every human being that need for companionship.
Right.
So the more time you spend to each other, you learn each other. You understand values. You started caring without you even know it. If you want to do a survey and do a test, lock up put two persons that consider themselves to be enemy within a confined space. They only have each other to interact with. Just give them food and water.
No sharp
Yeah.
objects. They're
No,
enemies.
right.
Nothing to harm each other physically.
Beautiful. But nevertheless, leave them in that confinement for a good period of time. Before long, after they realize that, look, I'm tired. I know you don't like me. I don't like you. But this is what we want to do. For us to survive, we have to what? Coexist. In coexisting, maybe it's sort of by, do you want this?
Yeah.
And then,
And at some point,
why should I take it? And
exactly. And at some point, they have to ask each other, okay, why don't you like me?
communication.
So coexisting, communication.
And spending time with each other, you start to develop a level of concern because that was placed within us by the creator. It's naturally placed in us. So the more that you coexist, you get to know and before long and then now after that the emotions kick in. So personal feelings kick in, concern kick in, and then you have enough time because of the energy that is fostered within this relationship, friendship. You started to care more about each other. That's why I come back to the fact when people said man and woman cannot be friends. The first thing that a man and woman will realize when they're good friends and they have exhaust all of the normal attributes of being friendly, they buck up on what? They have to start drawing a line. Whether it's your friend person or it don't belong to nobody. Oh wait, oh my God. There comes a day where it
hand meet. We're like, wait.
You realize, oh my God.
Is that your past a threshold?
No. And you're like, no. Hell no.
Is that your past an emotional threshold?
You pass a threshold and say, Jan?
Yeah.
Susan? Hell no. He's my friend. She's my friend. There's no way. But this belief, but this companionship that was placed inside of us by the higher being, it takes on its natural life. There are qualities to start to see in the individual that was just a friend, that was just acquaintances. More time spent, you start to see the true quality of the person. Oh my God, he's a good person. Awesome. And then your mind acknowledges that. When your mind acknowledges these things, no matter if you feel say you know what and you not care, the heart connects with. Sometimes voluntary or involuntary, it's gonna connect. It's gonna connect, and before long, you see Damien coming around the corner. Your heart start. You see this movie thing. I know that it's extreme, but it have its truth.
Yeah, and
you start. And all of a sudden, I'm coming, Jay. John is talking to you. Yeah, you can have some man. The eye is what? The heart to the soul. You can't look in the person's eye anymore because you are getting intimidated that, oh my God, he's going to know how I feel. I can't afford for him to know how I feel. I'm not ready for him to. He's my friend, and you know. So he's friend zone. You already put the person in that space of friend zone because you're uncertain.
Because there are people who have been friends for years. There's some cases where people who have been friends for years and who are not married, there must have been a point in time where they felt an affection that wasn't, platonic. And they must have made a decision that said, okay, we've had 10 years of friendship and I'm at this point or I'm at this moment in time where I feel something that's more than platonic for
Right.
you? Do I decide to go into that stage of anti-platonicness, whatever, I don't know the
Right.
word? Like, do I want to sacrifice 10 years of platonic friendship for a day, a month, an unknown amount of time of
Mhm.
love for this person? Because it's like a different dispensation. There's different stages
Right.
to friendship. And friendship can always, as we stated earlier, there is a sort of friendship before love comes in.
Comes in.
That's what the whole thing about love at first sight. I'm not saying there's not cases where that happens, but I don't think there's a foundation there. So that's why in movies, when we see in movies and shows of people, oh, I love that first sight, it doesn't. It's not genuine.
Yeah.
There might be
Most times.
one minute, man. There might be a chemical affection. There might be a chemical thing of just attraction, appearance. You know,
Right.
that base level of attraction. There's that thing. You don't have to be friends to be attracted to someone.
Yeah.
But that level of attraction where it's not just infatuation, it's not obsession, it's
You cannot
actual
shake it.
interest. A vested interest that goes beyond attraction and beyond appearances. That is found in friendship. Friendship is the basis of
Right.
that level of involvement, of that level of, intimacy. Intimacy is not always sexual.
No.
It's emotional. It's something where two things find an interest in each other. They find a connection. So that's why with being in the friend zone is not a bad thing, because in that zone you can always progress. There's always a chance of progression. I think even in those same movies that we'll talk about, the friend zone, at the end of the movie, because of them being friends, look at this now. People who started out as friends in those movies. I need to name a movie. Friend zone movie. Friend zone. There's so many movies about
Love
the friend
and
zone.
Basketball. And that's one of my favorite
But then
movies.
that was like a mutual thing from
No, they were friend zone. Everybody
know.
could see that they were in love except for them.
I want a movie where I want it from a guy perspective. So you guys send to the movies in the comment section that you know of. There's a movie where this guy, he's just chilling and he becomes friends with this girl. Maybe at one point he's like, she's kind of like, he might be the one to think first, oh, she's kind of cute, I kind of like her. But yeah, she just thinks of me as a friend. So he's there with her platonically. He decided, okay, this is going to be platonic. I'm just her friend and she's just my friend. So he's going to be the one that's going to be with her throughout all those relationships with boyfriends. Oh, he broke my heart, oh this, oh that. And he's going to be like a shoulder for her to cry on. He's not thinking medically like, hey, my time now. No. He's just being there for her because he truly loves her as a friend, as a person that he has a vested interest, that he wants to see progress, that he wants to see prosper, with or without him. He chooses to be within her space and wants the best for her, basically.
There's a movie exactly like that now with Julia Roberts.
Oh, Best Friend's Wedding.
Best Friend's Wedding.
Right, but then at some point she was like, I'm gonna teeth him. But
yeah, because she realized. And after you finish, I'm gonna come to that.
Yeah. And there's a case where the man end up together in the end. But as you mentioned earlier, there will be a
love interest.
There will be a shift.
Yeah.
And that shift, that little shift is like a peek into what could be.
Could be.
And I had a class yesterday in metaphysics.
Yeah.
That and for an ideal to be created, like an ideal perfection.
Right.
For perfection or a state to be formed, there's an idea. There's an idea before the ideal. So what you picture in your head, it's immaterial. It's already something that's happening. It already exists. It just exists in the mind.
Right.
And what exists in the mind, when action is taken upon it, can become material. And it becomes something physical. Right? But that choice, that's why God gave us the power of choice. That decision to make that idea into the ideal, into matter, it really depends on the individual. It depends on the ties you have with that person to see, is it worth changing? Is it worth taking that big leap into the next step of your relationship?
Right.
A friendship is a relationship. It's just not sexual. It's not romantic.
Yeah. And it's beautiful how you explain that, because a lot of stuff that you have said, there's this movie, one of my favorite movie from I was freshly married up until I'm a big girl, but it's Love and Basketball. Why am I stressing? because I saw in that movie where it started with two little beginners,
Teenagers.
11. They weren't
yeah.
teenagers. They were 11 years
Yeah.
old. In a fairly nice community wherein you have the boy lived in the community. His father was a basketball star. The young little girl moved next door to him. Her parents, her mom was stay-at-home mom, would take care of the home and everything. But she have dreams. She have aspiration. But she put it on hold for her husband, which was a bank manager. You understand that move in the neighborhood and community because they have gotten a position to, as a manager within a bank, to run a series of bank. So the little girl now, coming to that part, she met the little two girl and boy, 11-year-olds, and when the boy saw the girl, he's like, wow. In the secrets of his heart, I like her. They get to know each other. He realized that she's like a tomboy. She's into basketball.
Yeah.
His
like,
dream,
you can't play ball.
You can't play ball.
And
And they become competitive because he realized she's a girl, she's pretty, but she is equally as good at basketball as him. And he would not have that.
even if he wouldn't admit it, at one point.
He wouldn't admit it. So one day now they were going to school on their bikes and he said, how about you be my girl? They're kids. And she said, okay. So here comes the first test. He said, park your bike and I can take you on mine. Then she said, why not you come on my bike? I can take you along. So it's like the struggle start. Right away, he got upset and he pushed her. And she had a mark.
No, before that, he was like, so do we have to kiss now?
Do we have to
Because
kiss
that's
now?
The innocence. I'm like, oh, boyfriend,
Of sealing the deal, boyfriend and girlfriend. And she closed her eye and they did. So now him say, all right, you're my woman, so I'm supposed to take you around and you for chill. And she wouldn't have it. She said, well, I have hands and feet. I can ride my bike. I don't need you to take me around. So before that little innocent relationship started, it ended because he get offended and shove her, but he didn't mean to hurt her. And she accidentally burst her fire that left a scar for life.
Her chin.
Her cheek.
Yeah.
But point I'm trying to make is that there and then, they, what now? They said, I'm not your girlfriend then. And I said, I don't want to be a stupid girlfriend anyway. So after a while, they're neighbors. They peek because they have a similar interest.
Yeah, but they were mostly friends. They become friends.
They become friends over the basketball game. They grow up through high school all that way. When they reach into high school now, they are strictly best friends. In the school, you don't see the other. You don't see one without the other.
Right.
Point I'm trying to make, everybody on campus in high school know that they are friends. Some are saying, no, they're not friends. Men and women cannot be friends. They're not friends. They're hiding to do things. No, it was pure friendship. However, that love that they had for each other as children, they still have it, but they suppressed it. And they become, I think they believe that they were genuine friends. However, she become this star in high school in basketball. He was the same. She played for the women team. He played for the men team.
But at some point, there was like a thing where if she progresses, he's not at his best.
He's not at
and vice versa.
But yet, when he get promoted, university now, when they get promoted to play for different side, he would be at all of her matches from high school. If he is not there, she don't feel well. And if she is not there when he's playing, he don't feel, because they were each other's cheerleader as just friends all the way to university. Now, the point I'm going to make now, when they make it to university, before university, the last, what do they call it, the prom, she got a high school, a college guy. No, I know. But the point I'm trying to make is that love and friendship, no matter how the woman and man say they're friends, it is tested by something. He was always sleeping and going around with girls in high school, and she named him jokingly as, you're the man whore, or what have you. And it was a joke. It bugged her. You're fine, but she didn't show it because they're best friends. Now it was tested. Though she was dealing with that because he's my friend and whatever, she got now a guy, a college guy was interested in her, and she took the college guy to prom. Now remember, her best friend, this boy, all through high school, been having his girls and what have you. When he saw her now with a guy that was bigger than him, handsome and everything, and college guy interested in her at the prom, he started to realize she's not only my friend, but I
So that
have
was a shift.
there's a
The real
shift, a real shift in the relationship. When he realized now it's a chance of him losing her because they're going to go to college, he started now to catch feelings, and they were showing the eye movement with each other. So they started to realize now that they are interested in each other. So, of course, check out the movie. I can't finish it, but
Yeah,
the
because you really
point.
can. Yeah.
So the point I'm trying to make, sometimes being in the friend zone, when that friendship is being tested and you feel like, okay, I'm going to lose him, I'm going to lose her. That is when people are forced to be honest and forced to say, she's not only my best friend, she's my world. Or he's not only my best friend, he's my world. I don't think I'll ever find someone else like he or she, so I have to make the move.
Perfect example of the friend zone turning into marriage, Monica and Chandler. Perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite example of genuine friends that become something more. They literally, whatever season or episode, they literally were like, honestly, at the end of the day, if I could pick a friend that I would choose to marry, I didn't even think. No, I think she said if I could pick a friend I choose to marry, it'd probably be Joey. And he was like,
What?
I was like,
No.
and like it was just a joke. But
what about me? Because
Exactly.
Chandler and Zara were best, and
we're best friends too. Like, I think we're best friends, but some more closer than others in certain situations. So like even when Monica went that season, it was Ross's wedding with not Rachel, Emily.
Emily.
So like when Monica go out, this is like an example. Monica go out for see Joy, for just have a one night stand, and she end up to Chandler, and they end up having a connection instead. So even look how sweet. I'm not saying you should go have sex with someone, no, because we're of the faith of like sex with marriage, but just that interest. And look how maybe, who knows, maybe you could be but then, so even that little thing, you have this long friendship with someone, and it's been a good thing. It's been jovial. It's been exciting,
fun.
Yeah, just having
Your
fun as
go-to
friends.
person. If
But
the
now you're
sky is
like,
falling,
you're there. You're single. I know how you are with relationships. You know how I am with relationships. But we see each other. Maybe we could be good for each other. That's one of the perfect examples. Even though it's a comedy, it's a real life thing. It's very. That's why that show is so. The literal show of Friends.
Yeah,
It's such an iconic
timeless.
show. It's timeless because it's relatable to human beings. Love can start off as friends. Friendship can reach a level of maturity, and it doesn't mean that it has to go beyond something else. Because even friends who have been in the friend zone for so long, man, you're like a brother, you're like a sister. Hearing that is not a bad thing. Especially if you had no initial intention of marrying or being with that person,
or not at the stage to make such a call.
Because even it could be a year that you're a friend, and then the girl or guy like, you like my brother, you like my sister. So it might seem as an insult, and if that's seen like an insult, that means there's
somebody
something in
feelings
you that feel like, I don't want to be your brother.
You want more.
I want to be more. So that's also a sign. If you hear your friends say like my brother or my sister, and you're close to them, it's a mutual thing of how you guys are close to each other as friends. But if you don't want to be like their brother or sister, you might have a romantic connection to them.
And be honest.
Be honest with yourself. And once you're honest with yourself, you're not saying that you have to be like, I like you, I don't want to be your brother, like me back. No. Okay, you can't force someone
you don't own the person.
How they view. You can. Okay, you shouldn't. I should say you shouldn't force someone to change their perspective of you. It has to be. It's a transition. Just like it was a transition for you, no matter how quick or slow, it's gonna be a transition for them if they choose for it to be. Sometimes them knowing your feelings can make them change how they view you, and if they like you back. And sometimes that change can scare them because you've invested so much time in this person that you don't know if you want to see them other than what they are.
Right.
So, not saying that you're hiding away from love. Because there is love in friendship. There's platonic love.
Yeah,
there's
but it will grow.
And it will grow. It's just that, will that change into something else, or will that just go stronger in its original form? So, honestly, because we'll have to wrap up at some time.
So, in wrapping up, honestly, if it's a situation wherein over the years, one of the friends is already in a relationship, you say you waited too long.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as Jordan said, be honest. If you know that you have now arrived and grow to a place in the relationship where you want more from the individual, always choose to be honest about it. People say, no, I don't want to lose him and her because they're my best friend. It will never be the same because you have grown to a level that you want more. And if the person is not capable to give it to you, you will not be satisfied. So, any which way you take it, the friendship will become not as genuine as it started.
Yeah.
Say both persons are, not in a serious relationship or not in a relationship. Step up to the plate. Let the person know, look, I'm interested in you. I know that you may not see me that way. Have an open mind going in.
Mm-hmm.
The person may not see you that way in an intimate way.
Mm-hmm.
However, it don't mean that it cannot be so.
Mm-hmm.
But if the person said, give me some time,
Mm-hmm.
give the person the time, because just like how it took a time for you to grow in that relationship to reach at the point where it become now intimate for you,
Mm-hmm.
they can reach if they're willing to. They will reach an eventual, and sometimes it's not until someone else is coming in to claim the person.
Mm-hmm.
You
Or
understand?
show interest
And
in the
show
person.
interest. It bring them up to us a faster speed to say, wow, I can't lose him, I can't lose her. So things are put into perspective quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then now they may say, is it possible for me to have a chance before you make a permanent decision towards so and so? It may be, you may hear a yes, you may hear a no, but always choose to be honest about it.
That part, maybe the way you said it, or because I've heard it so many times in movies, because obviously watching the movies. When I heard about, is it possible I can have a chance? Even it depends on the context. Cause even that type of phrasing, it can be a ick. You know that you heard the ick, like some kind of thing like, I'm not like it kind of cringe at the fact of how they express themselves in that sense. So I understand it's a thing where it could be the guy or the girl. Sometimes it's mostly the guy, but it could be a guy or a girl. You realize, you've been friends for maybe a year, 2 years. 2 years can be a lot, can be small or a lot for some people. But at a certain amount of time, you've been friends with this person. You never initially become friends with them because you like them beyond being platonic.
Right.
But you have come to like them more than a friend. And you're unsure if you want to take the next step. I wouldn't say to them, do I have a chance? I'll basically just say, hey, from my approach, I like you. We started out platonic, and I continue to treasure my friendship with you. I don't know when exactly. But I started to feel more for you than I initially. I see you as someone that I can have a family with, have a life together with, and I really can't see you.
And you already know me.
You already know me. You know who I am, and I can't see my life without you. Right? And that's it. You don't want to say it in a way that you want to be like
guilt trip.
You just express yourself in a way that's genuine and respectful to their feelings as well. Don't just, at the end of the day, we're trying to say there might be a part 2, I don't know, but
I don't know.
The friend zone is not a bad place.
It's not a bad place to be.
In
Just
fact,
be honest.
Being in the friend zone could be a good thing. Tell us. What are your experiences with the friend zone? Put your stories in the comment section or email to us.
Or have you ever friend zoned someone?
Have you ever friend zoned someone? Has that friend have you?
I have done it when I was younger and single inside school.
She should have her own story.
Listen, I have stories.
I have a few stories, but I think we kind of come back each other. So you will friend zone someone, and I have it where someone friend zoned me. But yeah, we can have our own stories with the Lee Ladies. Maybe we'll have noodles next time. But honestly.
And comment below if you want to hear our stories wherein Jordan have been friend zoned and I have friend zoned.
Right. So guys, at the end of the day, the friend zone, is that a good place to be in? We think yes.
It's a good place. But there comes a time where you have to introspect and know when it's too far.
Yeah.
Or if it's not going in the good way it should.
Right. So yeah, a lot was said. Let us leave you wanting more. Comment down below if you want to see more on the friendship or any other topics, because I'm getting older, she has knowledge, she has experience, and we're just learning together, we learn, we grow, we relate. So again, thanks guys for watching Conversation with the Lee Ladies, and catch you guys on the flip side. So those are good chapters.
All right, and there are some other ones I can't remember.
I wanted
now.
to